That's all it is. And if the town of Stanford chooses to not take any of their suggestions up, so be it. If we choose to, we might really be better off. So it's really just to study the situation and come up with some ideas. Okay?
Thank you.
Now we have to do a roll
Roll
call.
vote, please. Mark D'Agostino,
Yes.
Thomas Dewhurst,
Yes.
Christopher Flynn,
Yes.
Johanna Schaefer,
Yes.
Virginia Stern.
Yes. Okay, we have a budget resolution, which is just shifting money around to pay for things. There was a cell tower bill in the escrow account. Money came in and money went out. There was money that was transferred between our insurance line and workman's comp line in order to pay certain bills. And our tax collector, our current tax collector bought a calculator for $24.75. And so money was taken from his contractual account and put into his equipment account. So I'd like to make a motion that the budget resolution number 4, that we pass it. Any second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all those, we have to be roll call for the resolution.
Mark D'Agostino,
Yes.
Thomas Dewhurst,
Yes.
Christopher Flynn,
Yes.
Johanna Schaefer,
Yes.
Virginia Stern.
Yes. All right, the Town Highway Garage Committee has asked if the town board will set a public hearing date. They will be ready with all of their information of their deliberations in terms of building a town garage to replace the one we have. We are not being asked to vote on whether we approve of the town garage. We are simply being asked to set a public hearing date. There are 2 dates that seem to work for Saturday mornings. One was the 20th of March, and the other was the 27th of March. Do either of those work for everybody?
They're both fine for me. As long as it's early enough on the 27th.
Well, it probably should be at 10 to be a convenient time for people to come.
What date was it?
Either the 20th of March or the 27th. They're both Saturdays.
Not available either day.
Sorry, Mark?
I said I'm not available either day, I'm sorry.
You're not available either day.
Do we all have
Well, they
to
could
do
have
the
they
public
can have their public hearing without any of us being there. It's really just a matter of setting their.
Okay.
I mean, if you would like to be there and could, that would be great.
That was at 10 a.m., right?
It would be 10 a.m.
hearing? So which day?
So why don't we? Well, we have the chairman of the garage committee here. So let me ask you, Bob. Do you have a preference for the 20th? The 20th? Okay. So let's. So we will set the garage committee public hearing for 10 a.m. Saturday, the 20th of March.
Where?
It will be in Town Hall, right here, in this very room.
So we're going to make a motion for that?
I will make a motion that we set a public hearing date for the town garage, highway garage committee on Saturday, the 20th of March at 10 a.m. at Town Hall.
I'll second that.
Garage man.
Okay, we put it to a vote? All those in favor? Okay. The next item is a moratorium waiver request. You all should have gotten the material from the planning board. This is a property that is slightly over 10-acre property, certainly has room for A guest cottage meets zoning regulations, does not need to ask for a variance, but they can't go ahead to build their guest cottage unless they have a moratorium waiver. So I'll make a motion that we approve the moratorium waiver for the James Del Olio property at 956 South Anson Road to build a 1,000 square foot guest cottage.
It's bigger than my house.
Is there,
Meets all setbacks?
it does.
I said.
Do you want to see it?
No.
It didn't, it's just before the planning board, it hasn't come, it's just not requiring any variance.
No, I know it's 1,000 square feet is zoning.
Yeah.
It's code.
And it meets all setbacks, and
Okay.
this is why it's good to have somebody from the ZBA. Bob Butts.
Bob Butts, planning board chairman.
Yes.
In a second.
I believe
Oh.
you.
Well, we have to get a second first.
I'll second.
All right, it's second.
Thank you.
Okay, Bob is chairman of the planning board, which has sent this moratorium waiver request to
Yeah,
us.
I believe that a public hearing should be scheduled on this.
Before we grant the moratorium waiver, because
Yes.
it doesn't state that.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Bob. Well, so this was premature, coming to us.
I think, no, the town board has to have the procedure for a waiver requires the town board to have a hearing on the waiver.
Aha. Thank you, Bob. So we have to set a meeting.
Cancel that motion.
Yes, cancel that motion. And so we are not being asked to vote on a moratorium waiver request. We are being asked to set a public hearing to determine and then to vote on the moratorium waiver request. What's the first, why don't we make it March 8th? At the same time, we have the moratorium public hearing.
Sounds good to me.
Workshop day.
Yeah.
Workshop date, it's our workshop night, so we'll just have 2 public hearings that night.
So
All right, so I make a motion, we schedule a public hearing for the James Del Olio property moratorium waiver request for March the 8th. Second? Is there a second?
Yes.
Thank you. All those in favor? Okay. The voucher policy is on the agenda. The voucher policy had to do with opening bills and making a list of them before they were given to the various departments. Unless there is somebody else who can do this, or unless the town board wants to budget an extra half hour for someone to do this every day, we can just not touch it and leave it in place. Or
Since it's my office that is involved with this, I think we should just leave it as it is, and we'll see how it goes. Let it
I'm
go.
sorry, Pete.
Let it go, keep it the same.
Well,
We'll
I think we
continue
were
to
going
do
to
it.
discuss from an internal control standpoint. I mean, personally, I know we're not going to vote on it, but it should really go to accounts payable, and then we have to decide what happens from there.
Well, there is a policy now.
Yeah.
The town clerk opens the mail, date stamps the bills, and then keeps a log of
Right.
the day it arrived, the vendor name, the bill amount, and then puts the bill in the appropriate department's mailbox.